Today is 29th of May 2022, and we want to look into the arrest of Rochas Okorocha by the EFCC, the Nigerian Anti-Graft Agency. And um, here we will examine few things: whether the arrest of Rochas Okorocha by the EFCC was a legitimate arrest or illegitimate arrest. And again, we will look into whether the chairman of the EFCC is becoming an emperor in Nigerian justice on reason why he cannot obey a court order issued by a competent judge. Secondly, why he cannot honor a letter from the Minister of Justice of the Federation, and why he is making an interference to the 2023 federal election towards the presidency aspirants, and whether this arrest is justified by his action, and again, why the rest of the Senate members are not speaking against this incident. Another thing we will touch is why the governor of Rivers State, Wike, lost the primary, presidential primary of the PDP, and whether Wike deserve votes from the Igbo delegate. Hence, he publicly said that he is not an Igbo man. But that will come in a while. But for now, we will focus on the arrest of Senator Rochas Okorocha by the EFCC in a while. Again, if you are just joining us, the reason of the today is to analyze the reason why the EFCC chairman is becoming an emperor towards the Nigerian judicial system, and the reason why he cannot obey a court order issued by the competent jurisdiction of Nigerian judge or judges, and again, why he cannot honor an order from the Minister of Justice. But before then, we will look into why Rochas is being witch hunt on the political issue and the interference of the EFCC chairman. The reason why I make it as an interference is because if you listen closely to the EFCC chairman, every time he made a statement, you will understand that his statement is channeling towards a political statement whenever he's granted an interview, instead of speaking as somebody who is heading an anti-graft agency of a nation. And I'm going to narrow down on reason why Rochas is being hunted politically for, to prevent him achieving the Igbo presidency in 2023. First, we will look into Rochas' record. We will look into the speech Rochas made during his handover inauguration to Ihedioha, because to my understanding, Rochas made a statement and emphasize and detail down the amount he left for Ihedioha and the reason why Ihedioha should not fail in his own administration. I want you to go through this and we will
continue. Proud to announce to all of you that I'm leaving behind the sum of 2.5 billion naira back for Governor-elect Emeka Ihedioha. And this money, 8.1 billion of Frank and Jack is kept with Zenith Bank and is confirmed. 7.6 billion naira is kept with Zenith Bank of Sube and Ubek for renovation of all our schools. And 5.2 billion naira is with Access Bank, which was kept aside for payment of pension. And 21.6 billion naira, which is a World Bank fund, is kept with First Bank for rural roads. Those are projects I've set aside to accomplish, but time will allow me. I pray he accomplish these projects. And only this afternoon, the tax reform of 5.6 billion has just been created into our account with Zenith Bank. If you put the one I just came today, you'll be having about 48 billion naira to expand. There will be no reason for failure. I gave him on the first.
Okay, on that, we will take it from there. If you listen to the the details of the Rochas Okorocha during his handover to Emeka Ihedioha, you will understand that according to the former governor, that he left in total 48 billion naira to the former governor, which is Ihedioha. And he make it categorically that there's no reason for Ihedioha to fail. Is this the reason why EFCC is coming after him because of his 2023 presidential ambition? Or is it because he have a very clean track record that people want to demolish him and tarnish his image come to this 2023 election? In this regard, you will understand that before his arrest, there are already so many court judgments restricting EFCC of any arrest, detention, harassment, and the prosecution of any kind of harassment against Rochas Okorocha because the attitude of the EFCC towards him. Secondly, you will understand that Rochas was, a charge was led against him the day he made the declaration of contesting for the presidency under the APC platform for 2023. As if that is not enough, 2 days prior his arrest by the EFCC, he held a meeting among all the Igbo presidential aspirants under the APC in his house. So this is a mood to unite all the Igbo aspirants under the APC to speak with one voice. This is the reason why I'm saying that this is a witch hunt and interference of EFCC towards the 2023 election. And I said at the beginning, whether the chairman of the EFCC is actually qualified to be a chairman of the Nigerian anti-graft agencies such as EFCC and ICPC. During my research, I went through the EFCC chairman during the time he was was confirmed at the Senate. I blame the senators for confirming such a person to be in charge of a national anti-graft agency because during his questioning, he said that he is an economist. At that moment, the senators not supposed to confirm the current chairman of EFCC as a person going to head the anti-graft agency because I am an investigator. I am a criminologist and criminal psychologist and a police science holder. In this regard, an economist does not have an academic background of investigation or criminal justice or prosecution, because attending police academy does not qualify you to hold such office under the criminal justice system, because he ought to have supposed to have acquired a degree in criminology or degree in criminal justice, degree in criminal psychology, or even done his master's in criminal justice, or being LLM as a qualified lawyer before you can be a prosecutor. In this regard, why is he, the chairman of the EFCC, not obeying court order? Does his academic background, affect the procedural process of the EFCC or the prosecutory procedure of the anti-graft agency? Are you telling me that this chairman of EFCC, knowing full well that his nobody is going to renew his appointment as an EFCC chairman because of his attitude, and the Buhari regime is coming to the end, and whether PDP or APC, whoever win the election in 2023, will never, bet me today is 29 May 2022, will never renew his appointment as such anti-graft agency of Federal Republic of Nigeria. My point here is that this attitude of the chairman of EFCC, it amounts to a resignation of his post. At this moment, I'm calling on the chairman of the EFCC anti-graft agency to tender his resignation to the floor of Nigerian Senate and apologize for disobeying Nigerian judges' judgment and disobeying an instruction from the Minister of Justice, because without his resignation, he will continue to jeopardize the credible and the quality of the personality of the Nigerian criminal justice, and the whole world will also continue to laugh at Nigeria for such issue. I'm going to tell you something as an investigator, as a criminologist, and as a criminal psychologist. It's very odd for the chairman of the EFCC personally attending cases at the federal court and giving a testimony that is a second-hand information on investigation he did not conduct. At this moment, he is tendering evidence in the court based on hearsay, character evidence, and whispering evidence, contaminated evidence, and that is why the EFCC is losing most of their cases in the courts. By Monday, we hope that the justice will be done, that Rochas is going to be released, and the case is going to be quashed, because the disobedience of the anti-graft agency chairman, which is biased in nature, because there is a prejudice and the Rochas will first suffer irreparable harm of judicial prejudice, because the anti-graft agency chairman is an interfering to the 2023 Nigerian presidency. I urge all the Senate members to speak up, and I'm going to publish the judgment of the federal court restraining EFCC from interrupting, investigating, and detention or harassment against Rochas. Nigerian Bar Association as well, I call on the chairman of the Nigerian Bar Association to speak out for the interest of the justice, because the chairman of the EFCC is jeopardizing the interest of justice and doing what is called a subverse of the interest of the justice. And this is not up to the international norm. Nigeria problem is because when you put somebody who studied the mechanical engineer as a minister of health, I don't understand what you expect to get from the minister of health. When you put somebody that studied the economist as a chairman of anti-graft agency, a head of a prosecutory agency in Nigeria, then I don't know what you expect to get from him. What Nigeria bargain is what they get from this man, and I hope he tender his resignation by Monday and apologize for the judge, or the Minister of Justice should take subsequent action against the chairman of the EFCC, and hence the fundamental rights enshrined under the Constitution of 1999 and 2001 as amended is being faltered by the EFCC. Then adequate training should be given to the officers, because the boss is not adequately qualified to head such anti-graft agency. He's not academician. He does not have any background based on academic, have to do with the criminal justice. In this regard, I'm asking Rochas' lawyer to file a motion for subsequent or consequential order against the EFCC. If you understand, we also read on the judgment that the judge have awarded 500 million to Rochas against EFCC, which EFCC is not honoring. And the judge have ordered EFCC to give Rochas his traveling documents. EFCC ignored. Judge have ordered no further harassment. EFCC faltered that. I want Nigerians to speak up. And in this 2023 election, there is no other Igbo person who can be able to bridge the gap in collecting this ticket and winning this election except Rochas. And that is why he's been witch hunted. Then Tilimbu cannot assume to be compensated from Buhari because of the effort he made in Buhari being there as a president. Nigeria is almost 200 and something million population, cannot rely on one such person or political elite. The reason why there is no other Igbo man at this moment that can challenge in this issue. That is why I call upon all the Igbos to speak out, because the harassment to Rochas is a harassment to all Igbos as long as 2023 is concerned. Thank you very much.